You have to learn to be that person for yourself, bro. A lot of us rely and tend to rely on people for our happiness, for our fulfillment, and when reality is you need to rely on yourself for that fulfillment. You need to rely on yourself for that happiness, because people come and go out of your life, right? People come and go out of your life, and what if this person leaves you, and then what are you going to be left with? And I'm talking from past experience, where I put my all into somebody and I filled their cup way more than I filled mine. I never even touched my cup. And when it came down to it, when they left me, and when I never thought they would leave me, they left me, and they left me stranded and broken, and I was broken into bits, man, and I didn't know what to do. And I didn't love myself, and I couldn't fathom losing this person, and I did, and I was lost, and I was broken. And that's why I'm not saying you don't love people. Obviously love and give somebody your all, but you have to give yourself your all first. You have to give yourself your all first, bro, because you have to fill your cup first. How do you expect somebody else to love you, and how do you expect somebody else to really care for you if you don't love and care for yourself? And it's not even in the sense of a what if they leave me. It's more of just I need to love myself anyways. It's not even a what if they leave me, but in the off chance that they do leave you, because people come and go with seasons. People have their time in your life, and sometimes they go, sometimes they come, sometimes they go, and sometimes they stay, but you never really know. And that's why you have to love yourself in general, just regardless, if they're going to leave you or not. It's not even that. You just need to rely on yourself for the happiness, because you have to stop looking at other people for happiness. You can't look for people to bring you happiness. Obviously they can compliment you and compliment your life, but they can't truly make you happy like you can make you happy. You have to find happiness within yourself, and once you do that, then you'll become way more confident. Then you'll become way easier to love, because you love yourself. It's so hard for somebody to love you when you don't love yourself, because you're not confident with yourself. And it takes a lot of effort for a person to put their all into you and make sure that you feel loved when you don't love yourself, because they're just doing the extra work that you need to be doing. And it's not fair to that person in a sense, because you're supposed to be in your own, you're supposed to be your own person too, right? You can't just be this person. You can't live for one person, because that's a mistake I made too. I was in a relationship for a long time, and I made my whole life about this person. It was nonstop, every day. I care. That's not a bad thing necessarily, but it is kind of, it is a bad thing, because you need to have your own life too. You need to have your own goals. You need to have your own purpose in this life. And if you don't, then, like I said, what happens when that person leaves? You're just going to be broken. You're just going to be destroyed, and you're going to be lost. And a person doesn't like that either. You need to have your own goals. It's your life. It is not somebody else's, regardless of who they are to you. A big thing is finding yourself. And not to say that a person can't help you find yourself, but it's not that person's, sole purpose is to help you find your purpose, because it's your purpose, not theirs, right? And they could definitely contribute to your life. That's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to add on to your life, right? But you can't rely on people, man. Regardless of who they are. You can't rely on everybody to make you happy. You can't rely on everybody to pay your bills. You can't rely on everybody to wake up and get to work. They can't do the work for you. They can't get up every day and do the work for you. The only person that can do that and do the work for you is you. The only person that looks themselves in the mirror every day is you. You're the person that looks back at yourself in the mirror every day, and nobody else does. Nobody else sees the struggles that you go through. Nobody else can understand the struggles that you go through the way you do. Nobody can live the way you live. Nobody can walk in your shoes the way you have walked in your shoes. And you can't rely on everybody else to do that for you. You can't rely on people. And that's a big thing that we do, is a lot of us put our whole life into somebody without even putting our whole life into the person that we wake up with every single day, the person that we've been with our whole life and will die with. And the only person that will be in the casket with us is us. And we tend to neglect that. We tend to neglect ourselves, and we tend to put everybody else on this pedestal. We tend to put this one person specifically on this pedestal over ourselves, and it's just never gonna work, bro. You have to have your own life. You have to have your own goals. You have to have your own passion. You have to have your own purpose, man. You have to have your own purpose. And if you don't in this life, man, you're gonna be lost. And have that person be a compliment, but don't have them be your whole life. And I'm talking to you from past experience, bro. Past experience, of putting people above me. You have to put yourself first. You have to prioritize yourself first. And if you don't, then you're going to be lost. Like I said, man, you need to prioritize yourself first above everybody else. And as selfish as that sounds, it's really, it has to be that way. You need to be selfish in a sense in this life. And I'm not saying don't care for other people. I'm just saying care for yourself and have respect for yourself. Because it is you, it is not them. You are you. You know what I'm saying? Say you're putting your all into somebody and they're not giving you all the effort that you deserve, and you're just consistently filling their cup and not filling yours, and then eventually they go and find their own life, and they go and, you know, part ways with you, and then you're lost. You know, you're lost, and then you're lost, and then you're broken to bits, and you don't know what to do because you put your whole life into somebody, and you didn't fill your cup at all. You only filled theirs, right? And you don't need to do that. You know, there's this easy solution to that, and the solution is to fill your cup, you know, and at times be selfish. Do exactly what you want to do in your life. If that means saying no to certain people, then say no to certain people. If that means, you know, just being alone for a season in your life, then be alone for a season in your life, man. And sometimes, you know, loneliness, or not necessarily loneliness, but isolation, time to ourselves really helps, and helps you build yourself and builds who you really are, and helps find who you really are. And that's, you know, a big part of this life, man, is finding who you are and not finding who somebody else is. And obviously we do that anyways, right? But more importantly, you need to find who you are. You need to find who you truly are, and what you truly want to do in this life, and what your purpose truly is, and what makes you happy, and what drives you, and what makes you get up every day in the morning. What is your why? You need to find all those things. You need to find how to be emotionally intelligent. You need to find how to be emotionally strong. You need to find how to be mentally strong. You need to find so many things all about yourself. And, you know, the root of it is loving yourself and truly finding yourself, and that takes time, bro. A lot of us try and rush it. A lot of us try and rush, you know, the process of finding ourselves. We think we found ourselves, when reality is we're just lying to ourselves, you know. And you just have to have patience in this life, you know. And that's the same thing too, is relying on people. You know, say we get out of a relationship, and we, you know, all of a sudden, like, give it like 2 months or whatever, and we go to a whole nother person, and then we put that same effort and we rely on that same person again to make us happy. And, you know, we never gave ourselves time to make ourselves happy. We never gave ourselves time to rely on ourselves, and we never gave ourselves time to find ourselves, right? And that's a big mistake a lot of people do, because they feel that void of loneliness, and they feel like they need that love and attention from somebody else, when in reality they need that love and attention from themselves. You know, and I know it's easier said than done. I know we get lonely. I know times are hard, and I know especially when you're going through heartbreak, you need people in your life, right? And I'm not to say you don't need people in your life. I'm just saying you can't fill the void of somebody that you've been with somebody else and do the exact same thing without finding yourself. You know, it ties right back into loving yourself before you can love anybody else, before anybody else can love you. And it's not fair to that other person when you're not even fully healed. You need to heal. You need to heal before you can go hop into another relationship. And that's what a lot of people do, is they hop into relationships before they're fully healed, and then it creates this reoccurring cycle over and over again of me not being healed, and then, you know, having a heartbreak, or just realizing that we're not compatible, or, you know, putting my traumas onto somebody else. I'm not saying, like, I don't do this, but I'm saying, you know, for example, like, you know, they put their traumas on somebody else. And, you know, it creates this reoccurring cycle of heartbreak, of, you know, it's not fair to that other person that thinks they found somebody that is ready for them. You know, in reality, they're not. Even though you may seem like you're ready, you may think that you're ready, but in reality, you know that you're not. And when you're ready, you know you're ready, right? When you're ready, you know when you're ready. But you just have to find yourself, bro. Find yourself, find who you truly are, and stop relying on everybody else to bring you happiness. You have to find happiness within. You know, stop relying on others to bring value to your life when you need to bring value to your own life. You need to be that person for yourself. Anyways, I love y'all, man. You got this. I'm so proud of you for everything you've been doing. I know times are hard, and I know it may not seem like you're going to go exactly where you need to go, but you're exactly where you need to be. Stay blessed, stay positive, stay true, and do not forget to stay you and find you. That is the most important part. And as always, you know what I'm going to do, because it's every day. Let's catch you in the next video. Peace.